We've got the angelic voices in the live eye today with Dawn over at Van Tech Secondary.
Yeah, what a great way to start a Monday morning here at Vancouver Technical Secondary School. I mean, just listen to these beautiful students. You know, and you couldn't have the talent of, well, you could have the talent, but to be able to hone that talent, you have to have a really great teacher. So I hate to interrupt. May I interrupt? Round of applause for everybody here. And round of applause for Mr. Reed. First of all, thanks so much for getting up early this morning.
Pleasure to be here.
First of all, what were the students working on right there?
It's a piece of music called Northern Lights by an American composer named Ola Yelo.
Oh. Well, that sounded just fantastic. Just sort of, I know that you've been in the news quite a bit, just talking a little bit about this Global Teacher Prize. Tell us a little bit about what that was all about.
My student teacher from a couple of years ago, who actually now teaches at Queen Alex Elementary, just down the street, had responded to something he found on Twitter and mentioned me and telling me about the prize. And so I read a bit about it and thought that it was perhaps beyond the type of work that I do, and the organization actually came back a couple of weeks later suggesting that I actually submit. And so the prize recognizes teachers that take the work in their classroom and bring it out to the world, and then take issues, current issues and opportunities for discussing what's going on in the world in the classroom then.
And we know that, I mean, the update for anybody, you didn't actually go any farther, unfortunately. However, you really were able to bring some great awareness to the importance of music in schools.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, the stories about the top 10. They're quite exciting. But in the top 50, there are just 2 of us who are music teachers, and we have the wonderful opportunity when we are talking about connecting kids to the world. We can do it through music. We can do it through their own personal stories and their own background, and that's when things get really exciting.
Well, we're going to continue, Jody and Rias, to find out about how Mr. Reed inspires the students here throughout the morning on breakfast television. But just as we go back to you, just listen to these gorgeous voices.
Just that relaxing hum in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, most of you at home know that I sing, but I'm completely out of my league here. I'm completely out of my league here at Vancouver Technical Secondary. And we've just been listening to the students do what, Mark? What have they been working on?
It's a piece of music called Pakanen.
Okay, so everyone's in almost like a little semicircle here. What is the deal with the formation here?
I want to give them a chance to hear each other. So at one point, the tenors and this group of students are singing the same part in opposition, and then they're singing in opposition to them, so they have a chance to listen differently in a different configuration.
And you're right in the center here, so you're kind of getting it from all angles. So based on what we were hearing going to our commercial break and a little bit as we started the segment here, what would you sort of say to the students to sort of help them improve there?
It's always really important that whenever you're playing or singing any particular part within the group, that you identify the other people that have the exact same part as you, and that you really send your ears over to what they're doing to link up, and that's what helps create the cohesion in the group.
And it's about balance too. I was listening to you talk to this end here going, okay, you know, you're battling with these people, but they have to be the ones that are focused right now. It is about sharing.
Yeah, there's a taking turns and a sharing combination that happens in most really good music that we study.
And you brought a real change to this school when you came here. Tell us about that.
I've been at the school now for 9 years, and when I got to the school, there wasn't a lot happening in choral music, and there is a history of choir at the school, but at the time there wasn't very much going on. And after we went to the festival in Banff, a group of students said that they really, really were interested in seeing choir come back, and so we now have 150 in the concert choir and 24 here and another 16 in a vocal jazz group.
That is awesome. I'll let you get back to your rehearsing, because by the way there, Michelle, this is the normal time that they start with their instruction and with their teachings here. And what do you love? Do you love this class? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about Mr. Reed?
He's funny.
He's funny. Well done. Not only is he talented, he's funny. Go ahead. We're going to let you continue on. Michelle, more details, of course, about Vancouver Technical Secondary. You can check out their website on Twitter as well. Like, listen to these kids. They're just awesome. Yeah, and we're really kind of tapping into the learning experience, the education experience with really a fantastic teacher here again at Van Tech. In fact, nominated for the Global Teacher Prize and doing great work out here at the school. Now, we've been listening to the students singing, I guess, what would be a pretty confident place of this song. What are they actually singing right now?
It's called I Bet My Life by Imagine Dragons, and a couple of months ago I was on a trip to Toronto and arranged it for them during the flight.
Okay, so but they're singing, obviously, now a piece that maybe they haven't yet worked on. So let's maybe kind of tap into how you instruct. So let's listen to you teach. Let's listen in.
Okay, at A, please. Especially in the ladies, can you think about the text so that it makes sense and you're accompanying the tenors? 2, 3, and breath. Do that again, and can you start to differentiate the text? I mean, if we were to say every single word exactly the same, it'd be a pretty boring existence. So start to think about the real meaning of the text when you sing. 2, 3, and breath.
Interrupt you right now, Mr. Reed, because what's happening is they're singing obviously a very familiar song, but you've really started to slow it down and break it down. And how important is that when you're sort of dissecting that piece to be able to learn it and evolve it?
The slower the music, the more time there is to hear the good and the bad. So it really gives the students an opportunity to process what it is that they're experiencing and to expose the things we need to fix.
Well, isn't that just a good lesson for everybody in life? Yeah. I'm going to let you continue to instruct the beautiful students here, the fantastic students and talented students at Van Tech. Jody and Riaz, we've got more coming up again just before 9 o'clock, but really great information here this morning. And we are going to take a little break on Breakfast Television. Russ has your weather forecast, and we got all your news headlines coming up next. We'll be right back. And things are definitely waking you up here this morning on Breakfast Television here at Van Tech. Oh yes, what a great morning it's been here. And I'm here with one of their most popular teachers, Mark Reed, and I'm wondering if by me holding this little, was it a conductor's, if this is actually going to impact the tempo.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of power.
Let's stop it. Just like that. We were able to finish it. Wow, what a fantastic way to wake up in the morning. Obviously, we're here now with the band. We were here with the, I guess, the choir group, or the choral group, chamber choir. And for those people just tuning in, you were in the running for this Global Teacher Prize. You didn't make it any further. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that you are an exceptional teacher. Tell us a little bit about this group here.
This is half of the senior band at the school. The total number of kids is about 140 that are in the senior group, and they're in grades 10, 11, and 12, and most of them have started as beginners at our school in grade 8, although some were also in the elementary band programs in their schools in grade 6 and 7.
Awesome. Hey, so everyone here, is he a pretty good teacher? He's all right? Oh, we gotta get a little more enthusiasm after that instrumentation there. Yeah, we got some cheers going here. Tell me, what is it that you love about teaching? Because for you, it really isn't about the awards or the nominations. What is it that drives you and motivates you?
It's exciting to watch kids work as individuals, learn as individuals, but then also be working in their section and then as part of the whole group. So they're a part of something that's much bigger than themselves in different layers of context.
And when you talk about the arts, and a lot of times a lot of arts programs are the first things to go because there's not that aspect of it. It's a measurable thing, like when you go and get a job in certain industries. It really does have an impact for everyday life.
It does. And yet when you think about in a city like ours with beautiful architecture and beautiful buildings and a great community spirit, the first thing that shows up to a community festival is musicians. And you think about the beauty of a well-developed or well-designed building. There's a lot of creativity and arts that goes into informing how we do everything we do.
Well, because of people like you doing their job, I'll let you get back to the music. We're going to take a little break here on Breakfast Television. What will the weather hold? This song's called, I believe, Thunderous. Will we have any kind of thunder? I don't think so, but Russell Kate will have your full weather forecast coming up next on BT.